following the paper trail. What exactly is involved in recycling paper?
First of all, your local council collects the paper from your box, bin, bag or bank on collection day.
It is then taken to the recycling depot in your area. In most parts of Devon, the sorting and separating of materials takes place at the curbside. There are some councils, however, who collect mixed recyclables. Where this is the case, they are taken to a depot where they are sorted by hand or using machinery. This tends to be used in more urban areas for efficiency reasons. From here, it is sold and sent to a paper mill. On arrival, the paper is checked for quality and contamination, then it is sent to be shredded and pulped. Pulp is needed to make paper as it contains an essential ingredient, cellulose fibre. Pulp for virgin paper, paper with no recycled content, is made from softwood trees such as pine, as well as hardwood trees like birch, which is costly for the environment. However, pulp can also be sourced from other materials including waste paper. But because paper can only be recycled 4 to 6 times, as the fibres get shorter and weaker each time, some virgin material, usually wood chip, needs to be added to strengthen the pulp. This is one of the reasons it's so important that we reuse our paper as many times as possible. So, at the mill, once any large contaminants have been removed, the waste paper is cut into small pieces and turned into a mushy substance by adding it to water. This is pulp. It is then sent to be cleaned, in which any smaller contaminants like staples are removed. It is then stripped of ink and colour using chemicals. After this, the pulp is sprayed in a continuous wide jet onto a huge fast-moving screen, forming a watery sheet. On the screen, water drains from the pulp and the recycled fibres bond. The sheet is then fed through rollers and any excess water is squeezed out. Next, the paper sheets are sent through heated rollers which dry the paper, after which the coating is added, giving the paper its smooth or glossy texture. On average, a mile of paper a minute passes through these rollers. Finally, the finished paper is wound into a giant roll and removed from the paper machine. It is then stored in a warehouse and then sent to printers all over the country. The majority of Devon's paper is recycled into newsprint. Sometimes it can take only 7 days from the time you put your newspaper or magazine in the recycling bin to it being sold back on the shelves in your local shop. If you are unsure which materials are collected in your area, just visit www.recycledevon.org